in Boston, Massachusetts. Woo! This is the last stop for our vacation. And welcome back to our channel.
Yeah.
Cue the music.
What music?
Oh my gosh.
Sorry. Cue the music.
What are we getting into today, ladies?
So we recently had birthdays.
Yes.
Kimberly had her birthday on October 17th, her 30th birthday, and then we had our champagne birthday yesterday. So we decided that we wanted to go on a trip. So we decided that we'd spend a week in New York and another week in Boston. Because but we've been to New York before, but we decided it's a favorite city, so I was like, let's return. So, we decided that we wanted to make a handy little guide for all those people that have never been to New York. So, we have some tips and tricks and so on and so forth. Let's start it off. Okay, so first things first, category things to bring. Okay, so depending on the person that you are, but we recommend that you bring a backpack. And even if you could invest in one of those traveler's backpacks, where
not a huge backpack.
No, not a huge one. But a traveler's backpack in that the zipper is closer to your actual back instead of on the outside and so on, because the streets in New York are very, very busy. So you don't want to kind of attract that unwanted attention.
Another thing to remember to bring, because you're going to do a lot of walking, you're going to need running shoes or walking shoes. And make sure you get the shoes that have some type of air sole shoes like Nike, that they have those air runners. Get a pair of those because those will save your feet.
They really did.
Yes. Last time we were here,
we were
trying to be cute.
Another thing that is important, and I use them at work as well, so I know how good they are compression socks. Very, very good. And yes, you think, oh, those are granny socks.
Hold on. Okay, go ahead. Okay.
You think those are granny socks. No, they're actually awesome for your feet and for your legs to keep your circulation flowing up. And you'll find sometimes at the end of the day, if you don't wear them, your legs get really tired and really achy.
Yeah, your feet bottoms.
Your feet really kill. Yeah. You put these on, and honestly, they make a world of difference.
Yeah, not one day have I had a single problem. Next, we could recommend hand sanitizer.
Yes.
It will be your best friend.
I can't say that enough.
Oh my gosh. Hand sanitizer. You're doing yourself a world of service. Hand sanitizer.
Yes.
Do it.
You just walk down the subway stairs, you already feel the filth.
Yes.
Never mind the fact that you're out in the public, so sometimes you use those public washrooms.
Yes.
I won't go into detail, just have some hand sanitizer.
Hand sanitizer.
We always try to find hotels or something that are nice enough to let us use the washroom there. They're pretty reasonable.
Most of the time,
Yeah, most of the time. You also need water or an empty water bottle. So because you're going to be doing a lot of walking, you're going to need water. So either go to a store or something, get yourself a water bottle, or get one of those refillable water bottles and use one of them and just fill it up. At a Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts, they're really nice about giving you water if you ask for it.
Depending on the time of year, sunglasses and a hat are a must. You think you're invincible until you've been out, and especially New York City can get really, really hot. Way hotter than people think, I think sometimes.
A lot hotter.
Yeah, so definitely bring a hat, bring some sunglasses, even sunscreen, because when you're out in Central Park, that sun is direct, honey, and it beats right down on your skin.
So we didn't have this, but there were times that we did to get a battery pack for your phone, or a little. And invest in a good one, I'd say, because that's the last thing in the world that you want to do, especially while you're walking around New York City, is for your phone to run out of charge. I know, you don't want to be so attached to your phone or whatever, but at the same time, it saves you.
You need directions.
You just need directions,
You just see yourself on the map, you're like, where am I, where am I going? And sometimes you can find a place with Wi-Fi and your phone is not working. What's the point? And you're just lost now.
Yeah. So battery pack, I think it's key.
Yes. So, when you get to New York, the first thing you want to do is hit up the nearest Duane Reade, Walgreens, or CVS.
Mm-hmm. Which for Canadians, if we're watching this, is basically like a Shoppers Drug Mart.
Shoppers Drug Mart, or like a London Drugs.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
When you're there, you're gonna, especially if you're staying in a hotel, you're gonna want to buy like water, snacks, breakfast, like easy breakfast items. We got like bagels, we got like those breakfast biscuit things, yogurt. Just stuff like fruit and juice, just to help cut down the cost while you're staying here, because that's just like one less thing that you have to pay for.
Also, it's a good way to make sure that your immunity system is kept up, because when you're not eating well for a couple of weeks, it tends to wear your body down.
And so we know this time around, both of us got sick.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure did.
So it's just something that, like, make sure you're taking vitamins. I think is a big deal.
Yes.
Making sure you're if you can get fresh fruit and stuff, and you put it in your fridge. That's a really good idea. It's just another way to keep yourself a little healthier.
I'm just gonna throw this one in because a lot of walking drains. Get yourself iron pills.
Especially for girls.
And black women especially, for whatever the reason, we always have low iron. Get yourself some iron pills and take it every single day.
Be prepared to take the subway.
Yes.
So we mentioned this a little bit. The thing with the subway, it's a really good resource because it's pretty cheap compared to other options. And also driving New York City, I don't know about everybody else, but I could not drive in Manhattan.
Nope.
So, like it or not, I mean, you can do an Uber all the time, but that will probably add up. Versus getting a subway pass or a bus pass.
Definitely.
Usually about $32 gets you unlimited rides probably for a week or something like that. That's what I'm guessing. So be safe, of course. Watch where you're going. Be aware of your surroundings. And the subway can be a good idea.
Yeah, and make sure you research where you're going before you go. It's also a snapshot, like your route, so you know where to get off and where to walk to, just in case you don't have any Wi-Fi.
Exactly.
Also, something to take into consideration, taxis are very, very cheap. So like at night, like especially if you are, walking home, like unfortunately this is just the world that we're living in, sometimes you do have to take a taxi back to your hotel. So we did that a couple times, just for safety. There is 3 of us, yes, but sometimes after a certain hour, it's just better to just get into a taxi and just take. And generally from like Times Square to wherever you are staying, it's in Manhattan. It's really not that expensive.
Yeah,
it really isn't. Like $7 for from Times Square to our hotel was $7 one night, and depending on the routes they take, $10. Honestly,
it's not terribly expensive.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Also, Uber and Lyft are sometimes even cheaper than the taxi. So if you have free Wi-Fi, use an Uber or a Lyft.
All right, free places to visit, because we know we're doing this on a budget.
Yes.
Always.
Yes.
This is the wrong one. Anyway, sorry. A cool place to visit if you haven't gone, and you probably heard about it, is Grand Central Station.
Yes.
It's a good visit. Just to go.
See that you've been there.
It's kind of cool. I liked it.
I liked it too. Central Park. Oh, I think this is the one you're gonna say.
That's my favorite.
I love Central Park. It was just so beautiful. And it's like just at this time of the year, yes, it is massive. You can get lost in Central Park.
And you probably shouldn't try to walk it in a day.
No. But the best time to go is in the fall. We've been there in the summertime. It's good. Central Park is good for like. Oh, we're gonna get to that in a minute. Meh.
Keep going.
We've been there in summertime, and it's absolutely gorgeous. But because we're all fall babies, fall in Central Park.
The leaves are literally falling.
It's so pretty. And in October.
Yeah.
And for us in Calgary, the leaves are gone.
They're
gone.
Usually.
Yep.
Yeah.
So gorgeous.
And something I also want to say, it has a lot of like, there's like these little walkways and stuff with like musicians and painters and stuff like that. You don't have to buy anything, but it's just kind of cool. They have tons of sculptures. They have like Literary Ave where some of the poets, there's statues of the poets and statues to Beethoven and all sorts of fun things. Like it's just kind of cool because you discover things and people along the way.
Yes.
Another one was the Twin Towers Memorial. Now, it's really sad that people are marketing off the deaths of all these people that died, but it also is a really nice, it's nice to visit. The memorial is really nice. Yeah.
Kind of good to just like to pay your respects.
Yeah, just go to pay your respects.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of interesting to see where it all happened.
Yeah.
I don't know. It would it be like my #1 spot to visit? Not really, but I mean, if you're,
I think everyone should see it.
you should see it. Yeah,
at least once.
it's free, and you can just go and look and take your picture, do your moment of silence if you need to, and yeah.
So something everyone knows. I can't really stress this enough. Times Square.
Yes.
You do not have to spend money in Times Square.
My
You can just
favorite
walk.
place.
Car loves Times Square.
Love
But Times Square is actually there's a lot more to see than just like one stretch, kind of down 7th Ave. It's a pretty long kind of intersection.
Yes.
There's a lot to see, a lot to do. It's just very entertaining to sit there and people watch, get a drink or a small snack and just kind of watch people. Shop, don't shop, it's fine. It's just really cool. It's a good way to spend a couple hours.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You need to kill some time.
And then we also went to the Met. So the Metropolitan Museum. That one it's not free necessarily, but it is pay as you will. So they recommend that you pay, isn't it like $25, I think?
Yeah.
But like if
You don't have to.
you do not have to. If all you have is $10 or $5, give that,
Yeah.
and then you can go
It's
and
a really good
experience that.
museum.
It's a very nice museum.
Beautiful museum.
We recommend. They have like the Greek section that was kind of cool, and then they had the
Like
They
the
had-
armory.
the armory was cool, but I was also saying like the paintings, like
the
the
European.
European
European
paintings.
art.
They're really pretty,
Beautiful.
very
beautiful.
pretty.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Park Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember Park Avenue.
Park Avenue is super richy rich
Oh
houses.
yes. Bougie.
Bougie is
Bougie. But it really super
It's
pretty.
super
gorgeous.
Super pretty.
It's just nice to kind of, and it's long, so don't try to walk it in a day as well. But it's just really interesting to walk.
It's like
in the park.
leading up to the Met.
Yeah,
You
you
walk
could actually
through it
walk
when
to the
you're
Met, then
leading
walk
up to
down
it.
down Park Avenue.
Yes.
It's just kind of a really beautiful, too rich for anybody.
Yeah.
You know, neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
It's nice. It's gorgeous.
I love it there. In that kind of vein is Fifth Avenue as well. Now, you're not shopping on Fifth Avenue
Nope.
because most people can't
No,
afford
no.
to do some big time shopping there. If you can, call me and I'll go to New York with you.
Like something for us.
But Fifth Ave is, again, window shopping. It's just kind of fun to walk down the street and see what's there. St. Patrick's Cathedral is on Fifth Ave. It's just really interesting to kind of walk and see. And again, New York is like a great walking city. So you walk, you see stuff you probably wouldn't see if you were zipping by in a car.
Exactly.
I like Fifth Ave. I enjoyed it.
Next would be the Staten Island Ferry. We didn't do that this time around, but we did do that last time. And that's if you do not want to go up the Statue of Liberty, but you still want to see the Statue of Liberty, you get on the ferry and it goes right past it. Twice. Because you get it on the way there and on the way back.
Exactly.
That is,
And the ferry is free.
the ferry is very free, and you get to go to Staten Island as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's like shops and stuff like on the other side once you get there.
Yeah.
Another one is the Brooklyn Bridge. We didn't get to do it this time or the last time we were here, but I hear it's just a really nice tourist attraction. Maybe if we go to, God willing, if we get to go to New York a third time, we'll definitely do the Brooklyn Bridge.
Yeah.
Sure.